Hey guys, welcome back to DMAC Customs YouTube channel. DMAC Customs being my little garage under my house, and I just work on my own car, not other people's cars, most of the time. Coil relocation. One of those little nitty gritty little jobs of building a custom car is, well, today's example is a coil relocation. There's heaps of these little jobs on these projects that they're not the rock star stuff, you know, they're not the roof chop or the flake paint job or the, you know, the fancy 4-link suspension with the psh psh and the air rides. These are the nitty gritty little jobs of building a project like this. It's all the stuff that's hidden away that still takes hours and hours to do. So that's what I'm working on today, a nitty gritty little job that's been on the back of my mind for quite some time, and today's the day. You're in luck. Yeah, so anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to relocate the coils somewhere else, not on top of the rocker covers, because I don't like them up there, because I think they look shit. Yeah, and I've got a kit, bought a kit, so I'm going to put them somewhere else. Let's have a look. Ask me how I know. No, stay tuned. This is going to get wild. I mean, it should be alright, really, maybe, I think, I hope. So you do it, boys. Righty, so if you've been following this channel for a little while, you may have noticed this pile of junk in the corner here and maybe just assumed that it was my template making storage facility. There's more to it than that. Now, this is my sneaky security. I hide my parts under all of there to trick the burglars. If there was a burglar came here and didn't trip over something and break their neck. Happened once and he's buried in the backyard, but I'm just kidding, I didn't really bury a burglar in the backyard, I took him out to the forest. But yeah, so I've got to dig out my coils that are in here somewhere and have a look at these brackets that I got from Summit ages ago. So they're in there, I've got to get them. There's some of them. Can you see why I went for the poly EFI system now? This is what came with my LS motor. Okay, so this is a bracket that came with my LS1 that some coils are mounted onto, and the other ones were just rattling around loose. So I'm going to remove it from that bracket, but I only got one coil harness with that motor, so I've got to track down another one of these. Is there a part number? No, not readable. Yeah, so I've got to get one of these. And hopefully these coils are all good. They should be. It came from a running car, so they just need a bit of a clean up, I reckon. I might do that before I assemble all of this. So then it's done. First I've got to take all these ones off. Now when I'm cleaning up old second-hand LS coils, I like to use my Brush-O-Matic 2000, available in any second-hand shop and rubbish dump. And I just like to give them a light sort of brush down with the old brush. Just pretty gentle on sensitive electronic devices like old LS coils. You can even kind of hit them hard. Look at that. Oh yeah. And then you can throw them on the floor. Lucky I've got garage carpet, because otherwise that might have done some damage. But okay, next up in the reconditioning of the LS coils process is isopropyl alcohol. Now, don't drink that because you'll go blind. Trust me, ask me how I know. No. But anyway, I'll just give them a little wipe down with some ISO, and kind of makes it a bit nicer to work on stuff if it's clean. Not that there's going to be a lot of work on assembling these coil relocation things, but at least when the car gets reassembled, I'll be reassembling clean parts then. You know what I'm saying? Because it's probably the last time I'm going to actually clean these coils in any form whatsoever. Once this car's built and put together, I'm not going to be getting under there and wiping down the coils. Some purple stuff's coming off. I don't know where that's coming from. Might be from the actual coil part itself. There we go. One reconditioned LS coil. Just like that. It's really easy, guys. You can do it yourself at home in your garage, or you could pay someone the big bucks to recondition your coils. So as we said earlier, soft Brushmaster 2000 and isopropyl alcohol and a green rag. It's the only way to go. Got to use a green rag. If you use a blue rag, it just doesn't work the same. So it has to be a green rag. It's kind of a green. Got to use the green. Okay, carry on with these, get them all done, and then we'll move on to the next very, very important step in the coil relocation. Stay tuned. This is going to get wild. Okay, right, so reconditioned all my coils, as you saw. Now, I got this ICT Billet Coil Relocation Kit off Summit Racing last year. I think it was last year, yeah. It's been sitting in a box ever since, so thought I'll have a look, poke around at it and see how it all goes together, and then figure out where I can relocate my coils to. So open it up. Try not to lose all the washers. Pictures. That's all we need. Shows you how it all goes. So that's should be pretty straightforward. Only one side to the pictures. Got two of these. They go like that. Two of these like that. I suppose it really matters which way the fin's going to face, eh? Pretty straightforward, really. There is on these brackets another set of holes down here. It must be for the other style of coil, maybe. There's the D580 coil, and then there's the D510C coil. Looking at the pictures, I've got the 580 style coil. Oh, I'll carry on, get the other one assembled and tightened up and figure out what we've got to do next. Okay, so next day, trying to find out where I'm going to put these coils. I can see why GM put them up on top of the rockers now, because it's on top of the rocker covers, because it's a bit of a mission to find a place to put them. Access and interference with other stuff's a bit of an issue. Now, I was thinking, I did have the idea of maybe mounting them on the back of the firewall back there, but kind of defeats the purpose of hiding them really, because they end up just in another place you can see them. So that's option B. Option A was always down on the chassis rails. Let's see if we can get under here and try and show you what I'm thinking. So this is the starter motor side on this LS. Hang on, I gotta get. Now what I'd put the starter motor in just to try and figure out how much access I've got to mount them up here. Now it's pretty close in places to the starter motor. Like if I got the boots, I could even get 45-degree boots or 90-degree boots to sweep them away, and I wanted to make sure that the actual plugs were going to still plug in, but she's still pretty close. Now they could go there, but they're close. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do or not. I'm just guessing. So once they sit down properly, there's a little bit more clearance in that between the boots. If I space them correctly, about there, this one here will be pretty close to the actual starter motor. Will that cause any kind of electrical interference? Who knows? In the perfect world, I mean, I could go further up, then they interfere with the engine mounts. So well, maybe not. I'll bring them just short of the engine mount. Here's that there. That end one here will still be pretty close to the boot, to the starter. And bear in mind, I've still got to bring the big starter cable and all the other wiring and stuff through here as well somewhere. But that's this side. The other side has its own set of challenges as well, with steering and things like that. Keep finding more jobs to do under here. I've just noticed there's been a repair done on that body mount in the past, and then there's bits that haven't been repaired. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. So when the body comes off the chassis, I'm going to have to get up under here and finish all that up, clean it all up, fix any tin worm and issues like that. Yeah, so that's this side. I'm thinking maybe about there. Just keep it just shy of the engine mount. Oh, she's close to that bolt, but in saying that, if the motor's coming in and out, the coils will go in a different order. Take the motor out with the coils out. Righty-righty-rah. That would be a relatively nice spot for them. Now over this side we have steering stuff in the way. So hang on, just to try and there it goes. And then a body mount in the way as well. So this way, this is as far back as I can come to clear that before it hits this body mount. And then hopefully you can see this, and flying blind. over here we're pretty close to that steering shaft and stuff. Whoop, crash. But as far as clearing all the boots and stuff, I think we're alright. I think I checked that already. I could make that work, but it's just, yeah, she's pretty close to everything. Man, this is awkward. Bit of paper. Yeah, so there are my options up on the firewall, down here on the rails. Either way has its own set of challenges and potential problems. I mean, it should be alright, really, maybe, I think, I hope. Oh, there's more rust holes up there under the body mount on this side as well. Oh my god. Oh well. Yeah, we'll think about it. Okay, decision made. I'm going to put them on the chassis rails. So, oh, hang on, I have a crack at it anyway, because I haven't got one of those little short shank, like bendy drill bits, but I have a little die grinder that I managed to fit a drill bit into for drilling. I don't know, I'm going to try it anyway. I can get this in there. So I just got to go and mark some holes and fire up the old compressor and get a whole bunch of crap in my eyes. So it'll be good, eh? Sweet. Okay. I think I got my marks slightly better than I did on the other side, but not going to name the brand, but I bought this pen on a whim and I'm kind of underwhelmed, to be honest. I spend more time trying to get it to work than it does actually doing any work. There you have it. I won't buy those pens again. Apparently they make good tools though, but anyway, just not maybe pens. Yeah. Look at my stuff. Okay, so putting a 6mm tap into these holes just for now. Like, the frames on these things are pretty thin, so I might once I get the motor and everything out of the way, or the engine, whatever you want to call it, that's a real whole nother argument. I will maybe put some riv certs in here too. Just give me a little bit more thread to bite onto once I bolt these coils up into their final destination when everything goes back together. But for now, mock up these will do, and if I forget to put the riv certs in, then at least there's tapped holes here that can hold them. My little experiment with the die grinder with a drill bit jammed into it was slow and painful. Oh, might not be able to do this one. Could be a very blunt drill bit, which is
highly likely. I still haven't won lotto, so I still don't have a hoist. Is that done? Is that in there? Yes! Oh, yes! That's how you do it, boys. That's how you do it. How you tap a hole without having to take the starter motor out. You just persevere and waller out the hole. Oh. Alright. Okay, so that's where my coil relocation is going to go. Now, I'm not going to bother bolting them all up just so I can show you. It's because it's such a shit fight to try and do it at the moment. And this side here, my drill must have wandered around as I was drilling it, and 2 out of the 4 holes don't actually line up that well. So 2 out of 4 ain't bad, but I may end up having to weld up a couple of holes and re-drill them, but I'm going to do that when the motor's not in there and I can access it all properly. And yeah, possibly put the riv certs in that and then just tidy up the mess that I just made. But on the whole, now I've got a plan. Or something along those lines. I know where they're going to go and I'll fit them all up properly. I promise. I'm not just going to leave those two bolts in there. Because this is incredibly awkward and getting stuck. Well guys, going to leave it at that for this video on relocating the coils on the Area 51's LS1 swap project thing. Didn't really kind of go how I had it planned, but they're gonna fit where I want to put them, but the actual getting in there and mounting them up didn't really go as I planned. I'd kind of completely forgot that there's a big engine in the way that makes it hard to get in there and drill stuff. But I've got holes there that I can bolt them to, and then so when the motor comes out, or the engine motor comes out, I can then weld up the ones that don't line up properly and re-drill them again. And they probably will put rib nuts in there because they're just rib nuts, and they're, yeah, give me a bit more thread for bolting the old brackets up to. I got some new coil harnesses on the way, just ordered those before. It's good to order this stuff while you're thinking of it, and then you've got it there, so when it comes to reassemble, it all just goes back together just like clockwork. Easy as pie, not a problem. Famous last words. Yeah. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, kind of get on to that. This particular video is probably not going to inspire you to subscribe. You're probably thinking, what's this moron just... But anyway, this is building cars. This is how it goes sometimes, for me anyway. So till next time, take it easy.